Hello, everyone. Today, I want to tell you an original story inspired by the culture of the La Guajira, Colombia. Um, Several years ago, my grandfather told me that strange signs sometimes happened in the desert when people forgot their respect nature. At first, I didn't believe him. Eh, but one unforgettable night changed every time. So it was the middle of August, and my cousin Andres and I were visiting our grandmother in the small Wayu community near Cabo de la Vela. The wind was blowing strongly and the moon was shining uh, over the desert. Our grandmother had warned us never to walk after the sunset because, according to plan and ancient Waju legend, the spirits of Jepira, uh, the sacred place where souls rest, sometimes wandered throughout the dawns. So we loved it because we thought it was only an old story. However, while everyone was sleeping, we carefully left the house to explore the desert. Eh, we had been walking for almost an hour when we suddenly heard the soft sound of the float. The melody was coming from the top of Laird St. June. So, although we felt nervous, curiosity was pushing us forward. When we finally reached the top, we saw an old Wagyu man dressed with a white manta. He was playing a handmade flute, but when he looked at us, he slowly disappeared into the wind. So at that exact moment, the sky became unusually dark, even though there hadn't been any clouds before. A cold breeze started moving around us, and thousands of tiny lights appeared above the sunlight glowing stars. My cousin whispered that the show run, but I couldn't move. It felt as if this earth had waiting for us. Then an old woman uh, both gently said, "Those who respect the land will always find their way home." Suddenly, we noticed a beautiful bluebird flying in front of us. It was lighting us through the darkness. We followed it until we finally recognized the path back to our mother's house. When we arrived, our grandmother was waiting outside. She looked at us with calm eyes and smiled. Before we could explain anything, she simply said, "The spirit always you to return because your hairs were clean." So the next morning, we went back to the place where everything had happened, but there was nothing there. The footprints had disappeared, the flood had vanished, and the mysterious lights were gone. Eh, Only one thing remained on the sand, a small women wayu bracelet to the neither my thousand nor I had ever seen before. Since that night, I have never forgotten my grandmother's words. Eh, I learned that the Waju people do not only protect their traditions, they also teach us to respect nature's or ancestors and invisible mysteries that cannot always be explained. Sometimes the greatest legends aren't found in the books. They are hidden in the silence of the La Guajira desert, waiting for someone brave enough to listen. Thank you very much. God bless you.